Update: the 49ers have made multiple roster moves to their roster per Cam Inman. The 49ers have released kicker Greg Joseph, also Trey Avery, Isaiah Nair, Tanner Mordecai, and Mason Pline. The 49ers also brought in some new players. The players they brought in is Braylon Allen, Bruce Hector, Jalen Mahoney, who was on the 49ers team last year. They signed him as a UDFA, Fabian Moreau, and then Isaiah Prince. Let's talk a little about the players they released. Greg Joseph, who was in competition with Jake Moody, he was actually up in the kicking battle. He missed 2 kicks in training camp so far, and Jake Moody missed 3, but he got cut today as the 49ers brought in a new wave of players, which is very surprising. This now leads, will the 49ers bring in another kicker to have a competition with Jake Moody, or will they bring in Greg Joseph once again? I think this just shows that Jake Moody is their kicker 1, and I was saying this all offseason, that Jake Moody will be their kicker 1, just because the 49ers spent too much draft picks on Jake Moody, meaning they drafted him too early in the NFL draft, and the 3rd round was very, very crazy, and it's too early to give up on Jake Moody. A lot of potential is there in Jake Moody. So Greg Joseph getting cut today just shows me that Jake Moody is the 49ers kicker 1, even though he missed 3 kicks, and Greg Joseph only missed 2 kicks. Very surprising. The other players they waived, like Tanner Mordecai, I'm a big Tanner Mordecai fan. I thought he looked very, very good in the preseason last season, and he looked very good in training camp last year, but the 49ers decided to cut him. That means Carter Brady is the 49ers quarterback 3 now, which is very unfortunate. I thought Tanner Mordecai would have balled out in the preseason if they allowed Tanner Mordecai to. Carter Brady is coming off a very bad training camp day 9, where he was 0 for 3 and 1 interception. So that move honestly does not make very much sense to me. Also, and lastly, Isaiah Nair. Isaiah Nair was a UDFA that the San Francisco 49ers brought in. This cut makes sense to me. He was not stacking good days. He wasn't stacking days at all, actually. He would have 1 good day and then be inconsistent for the next 2-3 days in camp. So the 49ers need players that could stack days and be consistent. Hopefully he clears waivers to make it back on the 49ers team to the practice squad so he could play in the preseason game. But Isaiah Nair cut makes sense to me. He was not stacking days. He was not consistent. So that cut makes 100% sense to me. Hopefully he comes back to the 49ers on the practice squad. Great player, just a very, very raw player, just not developed just yet. Needs time to develop. Those are my thoughts on the 49er players that they cut and the 49er players that they signed. If you guys new channel, subscribe, like the video, and subscribe for more 49er updates and news just like this one.